Hi, I want to welcome you to another edition of Simply Yoga with me, Deborah K. And today we're actually going to be talking about doing planks. I am currently doing the Stop Soldier Suicide Awareness Challenge for PTSD in the US. And that actually has to do with my nonprofit. As I've told you before, my YouTube channel, I really like to do nonprofit events that benefit, bring awareness to different issues, in the health world or otherwise. And it's mostly just for fun, but I like to do the awareness and education campaigns. This one specifically is related to being supportive of military veterans who have PTSD. And I also lived in the Washington D.C. area for 19 years of my life, so I was around a lot of people in the military and saw some of the effects of PTSD on them and the issues that the U.S. government faced in trying to deal with it. And then, of course, there's all kinds of nonprofit groups dedicated to awareness around it in the U.S. And it's kind of important to note that the challenge basically revolves around doing planks, 90 minutes of planks the month of January, which is really fun. I already got a friend of mine who works at the Department of Labor to donate to the awareness campaign. Each person involved raises $200 if they can at most and does 90 minutes of planks. And that's really all it is. The group is actually listed on Facebook, and I would also add that PTSD and suicide is not just an issue for U.S. soldiers coming back from combat, but it's an issue for a lot of people in the U.S. There's a lot of people with complex PTSD and PTSD issues that are at risk of suicide. So I'm not just doing it for people who've been in active combat, but for anybody who's having those issues. And, maybe that's you. But anyways, for this episode of the show, I'm going to work on showing you different plank postures. So you can do the plank, if you want to. You can be involved in the awareness campaign and do the planks as well. So I'm going to teach you planking today. And it's really easy, basic stuff. I'll show you a classic plank first that is sort of hard that you might work up to and not do necessarily right away. So here's a classic plank. So that's your classic plank. And you gotta keep your arms straight, pushing you up, and you gotta keep your bottom down as much as you can so you get that slight straight line with your back as much as possible. When I started out planking years ago, like over 10 years ago, I had a really hard time because of some back injuries, so my butt would tend to be up too high. What you can do when you're learning how to plank, because it's something you have to build up to, is there's like 200 levels you can do that are really common in yoga and Pilates. And I hope that you'll consider trying those first if you're somebody who's too weak to do the full arm balance, okay? So let's look at like the most baby form of plank you can do. Because that's this one, right? You're on your knees, you're on your elbows. It's like real easy. You just focus on pulling your stomach in and holding it really nice and tight. And like sometimes even people who actually do a lot of planking will go back and do the most baby plank possible to work on ab strength. And especially if you've had like an injury or maybe you're a female and you're like menstruating, so you want to go easy on that area, it's a good idea. Here's the mid-level plank from yoga. It's also used in Pilates. So it's literally just, you're on your elbows and on your feet, and it's just a very simple exercise. From there, I think, I would work on those three postures. Also, remember I talked to a medical provider if you have any issues or if you're pregnant or nursing, or maybe any injuries that would interfere with doing those motions. I wouldn't want you to hurt yourself. And I also need to thank a friend of mine, John Budno, who's already donated to the campaign, works with he was in the U.S. Department of Labor. I haven't looked at where he's at these days, but I want to thank him for already making a donation. And thank all of you for watching today. Thank you.